started being the ones to share our screens. I'm not supposed to be sharing my screen anymore. You're supposed to be the ones sharing your screen so that you'll be doing it by yourselves. So hopefully from next week, when we start demo trading, you would be the ones sharing your screens.
Okay.
I'll just be telling you what to do per time.
Okay.
Okay. So that in place, we are talking about types of trading. We have the trend reversal, we have the trend continuation, and then for me, I call it the zone to zone trading. All of them are interwoven. All of them they have a way of connecting one another. So for the trend reversal, you are looking at an existing trend. Previously, it could be in the up or down direction, and then you want to see it giving you signal of changing direction. So this particular move was upward, so it was trending upward, and the expectation is it should continue trending upward. However, there are signs that to give you that there is a change in direction. So it gave a very clear signal that potentially there's a change in direction, potentially. So I wanted to validate that potential change in direction, which was what I waited for here. Now, if you look at what I have an orange line, which signifies or stood for my support and resistance. Now, if you remember, I usually always say, pick one support that is close to where price is, right?
Yeah.
Now, this was
Yeah.
the one that I picked at the time that was close to where price was. And eventually, it gave some signal of reversal. So I did what was called a trade plan. And my trade plan was to trap where price is and see if it is going to continue upward or it is going to change the direction and start coming downward. So if it is going to continue upward, it will have to break the most recent high, create a low, and then continue upward. If it's going to continue downward, it will have to break the most recent low, retest it, and then continue downward. So it was just a kind of plan that if this happens, this is going to be my reaction. If this happens, this is going to be the action I'm going to take. Are we following?
Yes.
So it's a two-way thing. In this case, potentially it consisted of the trend reversal plus it had the opportunity for trend continuation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Trend reversal in the sense that if it breaks down, instead of continuing upward, if it breaks down and start coming down, there's a trend reversal. If it breaks above this point and continues upward, there is trend continuation. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
So either way, any one of them that it chooses to follow, any one of them that chooses to show up, I planned the trade in such a way that I can take advantage of it. Now, if you remember clearly in our previous sessions, we talked about how to know if a market is trending. Do we still remember?
Yeah. But not
Let
so
me,
well.
let me try and give an example in that regard. So we had something like this. If market is going up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down.
Well, you have the double tops and the double bottoms with the neckline.
So that's the trend reversal. That's part of the trend reversal information you need to get. But
Okay.
now we are talking about a trending market. How to know if market is trending. So if a market is trending and it is trending upward, there are two types of trends. It's either trending upward or it is trending downward. So if market is trending upward, it would be doing something like this. Can we see this blue line?
Yes.
So it will be doing something like this. It will create a low, create a high, a lower high, sorry, a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then a higher low, and then it will continue like that. So when
Mm,
you're talking about a trend, you're talking about combination of higher lows or lower lows and things like that, depending on the direction. So if it is trending upward, it will be trending, creating lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. Is it clear?
mm, yes.
Do we remember this particular definition we gave some time back?
Mm, uh,
Okay, so we'll start
no,
from identifying the trend. Let's start today's session from identifying a trend.
the trend. Okay.
I don't want us to take chances on the things that we need for our trading. Let's have it all in place. So when you say identifying a trend, what do we really mean? What do we mean identifying a trend? What that means is
Uh,
just for you to see where market is going. You just want to see where market is going. So let's take it one step at a time. Let's go to the higher time frame, which is weekly in this case. So what are we doing on weekly? What's the first thing we want to do?
we want to create our support and resistance, right?
Exactly. We want to identify our areas of support and
Support and
resistance.
resistance.
So let's see if we can pick out our areas of support and resistance. And what's the criteria for our areas of support and resistance?
Um, choose one that is close to where the current market price is.
Okay.
We choose three consistent support or resistance where
Mm,
the current price is, one where it is a little above where the current price is, and one lower to where the current price is. But it
okay.
has to be three consistent, sharp
Point.
turnarounds.
Good. Good. So we're trying to identify those three. Now, the first one that we've picked, do we have the three turnarounds?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so let's look at picking another one where we have at least three turnaround points. Do we have three here?
Mm, okay, one, two. Yeah, kind of like, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, where the cursor is, yes, we do.
Okay,
That's one, two, three to the front, three back to the extreme back. Yeah, we have.
okay. Do we have anyone maybe that looks smoother than this?
Mm,
I think this would have served better.
Staff, yes, they're the same.
This is
Yeah,
one,
exactly. That one is
two,
good.
and three.
And three.
And we even have something here.
That's
So
something.
I
Yes,
think
that's
this
true.
would have served better. But so let's look
Better.
at one
Yeah.
that is above. Do we have anyone that looks like it?
Well, yeah, where
Um,
you have one, two, three. I think that's a cool spot.
yes. So I don't need
That's a
this
cool
last
spot.
one. So I have my three. right?
Yes,
So
sir.
looking at this, where does it look like market is going overall, generally overall? Where does it look
Overall,
like market?
it looks like a downward trend though.
Okay, so why
It
do
looks
you
like a
think there's a
downtrend
downward trend?
because it is yet to um it is yet to, how do I say it now? It is yet to like go back or retest, surpass that place of retest.
Great. It is yet to actually break the most recent high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It is yet to break the most recent high, which is this,
Mm.
right? It is yet to break the most
Okay.
recent high, which is this. So if you look at it, we can equally say that market was trending up here.
Yes,
That's from this side. Why? Because it is also yet to break the most recent low.
thank
And
low.
we have 3 points from this point. So
Yes,
looking at this critically, we are saying if market gets here and it rejects, don't forget, it is also sitting around a support or resistance area. If it rejects this point and continues to push lower, then likely, more than likely, market will be going downward. Now, there is no
downward.
100% sure that market is going downward or market is going upward. There is nothing like I'm 100% sure. Market will always do what it needs to do. Please
Okay.
give me 1 minute.
All right, sir.
Okay. So there is nothing like I'm 100% certain that this is where market is going to go. We are done. Okay. We are only looking at it from the angle of this is the possibility of where market is going. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
And that's why you are putting facts together so that you can make an informed judgment that this is where market is likely going. All right? You want to make an informed judgment that this is where market is likely going. So you are just gathering information here. This is looking like market is trending downward. This is also looking as market is trending upward. All right. And it has equally broken the most recent here at this point. It has broken this point. So we are expecting the market would most likely come down a little bit before going up, if it will. If it will continue in the upward trend, we are still expecting the market is going to come down a little bit more. Why are we saying so? If we look at this point, it is hitting on the trend line, pointing that market is going downward. It is equally sitting on the support and resistance on the weekly time frame. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we have two supporting factors that says that market is likely, more than likely, to go downward. But let's now gather more information and see what the next time frame is telling us. That's on the daily time frame. So we change this back to candlesticks and see what it is saying. Normally, when price is going to continue in a certain direction, it will break structure and then come to retest that broken structure. Now, what we have here is price attempting to push lower, right? And it has broken structure. It has broken the support and resistance area. Is it making sense?
Yes.
It has broken the support and resistance area, and then it is attempting to come back for a retest. And this retest is happening on both the support and resistance line as well as
Resistance
the
line.
trend line, right? It's happening both on the
Yes.
support and resistance line as well as the trend line that was drawn from the weekly. So if we want to put this into consideration, this point becomes what is called a confluence. This
Okay.
area becomes a confluence, right?
Okay.
It is sitting both on the support as a resistant area as well as the trend line. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
So that is one information in addition to what we already have. So the next thing for us to do now is it likely to now continue upward or is it likely to continue downward? And give Uncle Mozu. Okay, that's my daughter.
Okay.
So
Hello, baby.
is it likely to continue upward or is it likely to continue downward? And that's what we now want to see on the H4. All right, that's what we want to see on the H4. That's 4-hour time frame.
4 hour time frame.
We
Okay.
want to see that on the 4-hour time frame. So all of this that happened was a retest. All of this that we are seeing was a retest. The question now is market now going to continue downward? So there are some candle triggers that I'll be showing us, that will be later, to let us know if price is actually changing or not. If price has changed its direction or not, all right? So let's plan this trade from the beginning again. So what's the first thing we do?
We identify our support and resistance line
Okay. But in
using
identifying your
the.
support and resistance, what time frame should you go to?
We should start with a week time frame.
Yeah. So you identify your support and resistance. I would
Using the
have loved
line
that you are
chart.
the one doing it, honestly.
Mm.
Can you share your screen? Can you do this?
Let me try.
Okay.
Actually, this will stop other screen sharing. Do you want to continue? Okay. Let me get my. Mm, I don't know why my own is doing one thing. Mhm.
Hey, this is GWUSD. Okay. So we're looking at Euro USD.
Mm.
to Euro USD. So that also reminds me, we would need to open our trading account.
Denmark. Okay.
Yes. So I'll send us the accounts that I use so that I would also open accounts maybe with them. A minute. I've forwarded to you. I'm forwarding to Itunu now. Okay. So those are the accounts that I normally use. So let's look at this again. Let's analyze this. So where do we normally start from? The weekly time frame, right?
Yes, sir.
On the weekly time frame, you want to identify your support, areas of support and resistance. After which you now want to identify the direction the market is, likely going to go.
To go.
So let's draw again our support, areas of support and resistance. I'm trying to see the one that is best. This one also looks okay. So let's identify another area. This looks good.
Yeah. That's not.
So I'm going to just leave these three for now. Then we'll
Okay.
move to daily. Now, some of the drawings might be slightly different from the others, from the previous ones we've drawn, just slightly different.
Okay.
Okay, I get why I would have picked this, but I would have preferred something lower. But let's leave it. Let's leave it. So we've seen that market on the weekly time frame was heading downward. At least given this. We've seen that market was more or less heading downward given this. Looking at it on the daily time frame, this is where we have. So more than likely, market is heading downward. If we look at it on 4 hours,
Mm.
This doesn't look very clean like I would have loved it. This doesn't look very clean like I would have loved it, but it's also within a good space for trading. So bottom line is when you're creating a trade plan, you want to identify your areas of support and resistance. You want to identify the direction the market is going. And then you want to look at your areas of potential entries. Your areas of potential entries. And usually these are also reversal points, which can be slightly below your chosen support or resistance, or slightly above your chosen supports and resistance. But they are now, you are now looking at it on a lower time frame. All right. You are using the information of the higher time frame to look at what is obtainable on the lower time frame before you make a decision. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, this is what I would have, kind of liked. But let's take something a little bit cleaner, something a little bit better. Let's analyze a different market. Let's think of something else. Let's look at USD JPY. I don't trade this, so
Okay.
okay. One of my rule is if it is not clean enough, don't even bother. If it
Really?
is not clean enough, don't even bother. That is, if I don't have my clean areas of turnaround, I won't even bother myself. So if I'm looking at this UJ, do we have clean areas of support and resistance, given what we've drawn, or given what was drawn here before?
For the one below the what the current price is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes,
For the one where the price is at the moment, it
it's
is
not.
fine.
It is
Yeah,
not so
then
cool.
it is good.
Yes.
Abi,
It's good, but it's not so cool.
it's not so cool.
Yes. It's good because you have a turnaround point. You have a turnaround
Point
point, but I feel that you can actually get better turnaround points if you look
point.
if you look lower or something.
Yes, yes, that's a good place
So
too.
we have one here, we have another one here, and we have another one here.
One, yeah.
And then the final one that's at the top is we're picking just the highest point based on our
Point,
screen.
yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this using the candlesticks and on daily charts. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you think.
This this seems to be like this is still a downward trend.
Okay, this was coming downward. Yeah,
Downward, yes.
right? It broke out of the downward trend and then
It's trying to go
yeah,
back up.
attempting a retest to go back up. It is attempting it. We cannot say it is done that fully yet until we start seeing
Okay,
signals of price going up. All right.
up,
So
okay.
we've
Yeah.
gathered some information here. And then you want to come to the lower time frame, that's 4 hours, to look for reasons if price is going to continue upward or if price is going to just continue lower. All right.
Yes.
So if we look at it on this lower time frame, you see the same thing that you have been doing from the higher time frame is the same thing you are still going to continue to do here. In
continue.
this case, we have like an upward trend here.
Yes.
All right. This lower point, is where we need price to break and say, okay, price has broken this low point. This is also a
Trend
good point for us to say that price has broken this low point and is likely going to continue downward. So now here is
downward.
now going to be my thoughts in making a decision. Number one is price came to this area, that's our support and resistance area, and is rejecting. The question is,
Okay.
how do I know that price is rejecting? That's what is probably going on in your mind, right? How
Okay.
do I
Since
know that
it has
price?
gone,
Go on,
okay.
try it.
I feel like since it has gone a little below where our support and resistance line is,
Mhm.
and it is it has gone below where the recent how do I put it now? The recent support line, it has broken beneath where the recent downtrend was, or is it
Yeah,
the
yeah,
recent support line is?
yeah. So here's my thoughts. You are correct to some point, but I'm looking for reason why I feel that this is a rejection. If you look at this, can you see price weakening out?
Yes.
So there was like a tug of war between the buyers and the sellers. There was like a tug of war. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see.
So the tug of war is what's reflected here. The sellers pushed the market low, and then the buyers came and said, no, we are pushing it up. So they had a kind of tug of war, which was what formed this week, the 2 weeks that we have,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So now the question now will be, in that tug of war, who was the person that won? That's why I'm waiting for the next candle to form. If that next candle now forms as a bullish candle, that's when I can say that the bullish direction have won. So
One.
they will
Okay.
likely push the market upward. So it's a combination of not just one thing, but a combination of two or three things. I'm seeing the wicks, right? And then I'm seeing a
Okay.
bullish candle.
Okay.
The bigger the bullish candle, the stronger that rejection. But I must see the wicks before the bullish candle. Now that is for an upward direction. For a down direction is about the same thing. I need to see the wicks. Can you see the wicks here?
Yes.
And then obviously I must see that there is a bearish candle that forms before I can say the market is selling. Does it make sense now?
Yeah, I get, but very, very technical.
Yes, it's kind of technical, but the more you train your eyes to see it, the easier it becomes. So what you want to see around your support and resistance is wicks. You want to see at least a minimum of 2 weeks and an opposite candle formed. Now, when I say an opposite candle formed, this one is still forming. It's going to complete forming
Okay.
around 2 p.m. when a new candle will start.
Okay.
Does this make sense now? So I
Yes.
want to see 2 weeks minimum and an opposite candle formed, properly formed. not just still forming, but properly formed. So if this candle closes as a bullish candle, it would already signify to me that market is getting tired of sellers.
Mm.
Do we understand?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll post this video as quickly as I can. I hope my daughter will allow me. And then later on, maybe tomorrow, tomorrow is Tuesday. So let's look at Wednesday. We'll still go over the
Okay,
same thing again. We are looking at trade plan, how to plan your trades, how to look for what you
trade.
need to see before you take a position. So it is not because market is coming down that you start selling. It is not because market is going up that you start buying. It's because you have seen some things that is telling you that market is exhausted or market is starting a new direction.
Okay.
Is it making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully Wednesday, we are going to go over this again. If we don't get it,
Okay.
until we get it before we start demo trading.
Okay, so
So this is already strategy. We are talking strategy creation. We're
strategy.
talking about
I
the
get it.
rudiments in creating our strategy, and we are bringing together the supports, the trends, and everything that we have learned over time to
Time.
form
Okay.
that strategy. So we are
Okay.
piecing the puzzle together to make one picture. All
Okay,
right.
so yes.
So what you do for me before the next session, read up on trend. And yeah,
Okay.
just trend. Trend is fine. Read up on trends. Then also read up on reversals. Reversal candle.
Okay.
Read up on reversal candles. So on Wednesday, we'll start from there. We'll go over this same thing. This is the core of our sessions now. This
Okay,
is going
so
to be the core of our sessions moving forward.
all right. No problem.
All right.
Reversal can do, right?
Yes, reversal candles and trends. Read up on
Okay.
trends and reversal candles.
Candles. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you and have a beautiful weekend. What are you
All
doing?
right, you too, sir.
Ouch, ouch. All right, IT, thanks.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Ouch, that's painful.
Let me check if I have.
Mhm.